Hello and good afternoon. This is Lady Bobannon, come to you from the car line here in the great state of Texas. Just want to pause for a moment and ask you guys to hit the like button if you like what I'm about to say. If you agree with me, if you don't, you give me a thumbs down if you like, or put in the comments what you feel. I believe today's topic is going to be something that I've found that people debate in the community of individuals who have been subjected to a person who is pathologically narcissistic, and that is forgiveness. Now, the other day I saw a post made in a Facebook group that I'm in about someone getting the suggestion that they should forgive their narcissist, or rather, I like to say the narcissist, because I don't like to promote any ownership either way. In any case, this person was given a suggestion to forgive their narcissist so that they could move on and really heal. Now, in my opinion, I do not believe that you have to forgive everything. I think it's healthy to practice forgiveness and give people another opportunity to be a decent human being. I don't believe you should cut off everyone at the knee right away at the first instance. However, when you're dealing with a person who has abused you mentally, emotionally, psychologically, perhaps financially, sexually, and physically, I don't believe it's proper to tell someone that they must forgive so that they can heal. Now, that's not to say that I feel that they should continue to be so angry and focused on that narcissist that they're not able to move forward and be productive. At some point, you do have to accept that what happened to you happened, acknowledge that it was real, and not try to justify it away. I also believe that you have to free yourself of a lot of negative emotions, because that can cause you to put unnecessary walls up and numb out and disassociate and not really move forward as a healthy human being. But everyone has their own journey, everyone has their own path to travel. I do not believe that there is a certain time frame that one must forgive, or that you even should forgive. In my case, I had someone who got physical with me, they got aggressive with me, they said some really horrible, outlandish things to me. One of the things that I remember being told was that the very first child, we meaning myself and the now ex-husband, the child that we first conceived, that unfortunately we lost to an early miscarriage, was something I wanted, and that I murdered this child. I spent, what was it, maybe a year, maybe longer, grieving and being really depressed about that. I'm fine now. I've come to acknowledge what happened and work through some things, and I'm feeling really good, all things considered. So that's not an issue that I'm hung up on anymore. But back then, I was pretty down about it. There's no way that I was in a celebratory mood when I found out the news that the pregnancy had stopped growing and was not viable and was no more. So, yeah, it was one of the nastiest things that was ever said to me. I have endured a lot of financial abuse from this person. I've endured a lot of verbal abuse from this person. And I'm not going to say I've had it the worst. Not that it's a competition, y'all, but I haven't had it the worst, nor have I had it the best. For me, though, there's things that he's said and that he's done that I just cannot forgive at this point in time. Now, I did think at one time that I had forgiven this person. I said it to myself, and I unwisely said it to the narcissist. But even before I said it to him, and by the way, he didn't care. It just didn't seem to register. I did this before really knowing what I was dealing with, like fully understanding what I was dealing with. But even before I said it to him, I thought in my heart that I had forgiven him. I was ready to move on. Little did I know that he would just ramp up the abuse. He didn't care about anything. He only cared about what he wanted. And that time, it was a new life with a new supply. F myself and the kids that we had. It was fun time for the narcissist. So, yeah, those early days of the divorce were very, very tough. The discard, I took very, very personally. Now I feel that, it had to happen, and I'm glad that it happened because it really freed me up. But there are a lot of things that went on during the divorce and well before the divorce that, I go back in my head to, and I just think to myself, no freaking way does this person deserve forgiveness. I mean, I gave this person, in my opinion, a lot of grace and leeway and tried to show compassion. That didn't do a dang bit of anything. Things were how they were, and they continue to be very much full of disrespect and chaos and crisis. So, yeah, guys and ladies, or rather, men and ladies, excuse me, guys and gals, whatever. If you don't feel compelled to forgive the narcissist, I don't believe you should. I happen to live in a country that is predominantly Christian, and I know a lot of the, what do you call them, Abrahamic faiths, like Christianity, Judaism, and such. There's a focus on forgiveness, and forgive me if I'm, putting out the wrong concept for the religion. I did grow up Christian. I did not grow up in the Jewish, or excuse me, in the Jewish faith. So, sorry if I offend anyone. I'm making sure I'm using the right terminology. Anyway, so I know in the Christian faith in particular, there's a lot of emphasis on forgiveness because God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, who died for everyone's sins, and everyone's sins was washed away with that, and all blah blah blah. The thing is that love me or hate me for this, but I don't go along with that sort of thinking. I believe that if it helps you to forgive someone and put that out of your mind, then you do that. If forgiving someone only re-traumatizes you or really doesn't help you in your healing at that given point in time, then don't feel pressured to forgive. A lot of these types of people do the unforgivable, and there's a lot of toxic people out there, and there's folks who will tell you that they forgave the people who harmed them, and they feel so much better and freer. And again, that's awesome, but that's what they themselves experienced. As for me, I didn't think forgiving did a damn thing. Excuse my language. What did help me again was to accept that I was going through the experience I was going through, learning a lot more about pathological narcissism and personality disorders and cluster B personality disorders. Another thing that helped me was to reframe what I had experienced as a learning lesson instead of something that was done to me. I believe that if you take responsibility for the decisions that you yourself made, not to victim shame, just saying that, you have to look at the choices that you made and you continue to make, and maybe look at the reasons for that. You might find some information that can help you develop into a better, more grounded person. That's what I'm doing. I realize that I'm a people pleaser, and I had and can have some low self-esteem and insecurities. So I'm doing things to make me physically feel better, to make me emotionally feel better, to get back on track. So for me, investing in myself and my own personal development has helped further me down the road to recovery. And that's just for me. For example, what helps me feel free is to get back to the things that I was doing that I enjoy, like going out to dance. So this weekend is full of different events going on in the city, including Amir Hussein, who is coming to Gravity off Main Street in Houston, Texas. So if you like trance, you should be there. So yeah, that's a little quick plug there. Anyhow, there's a lot that's going on that one can dive into to take that focus off the narcissist. Because one of the explanations that I've read about in terms of forgiveness is that forgiveness is for you and not for that other person, and that the forgiveness doesn't mean that you are going to give them another chance or get back with them, or that everything's okay. Well, I believe that you can do work on yourself and work to better your life without forgiving someone. I don't believe you have to. I laugh about it now, but back when I was going through everything, it was it wasn't good. Now I can look back and laugh a little bit and chuckle at all the absurdity and all the craziness. So, okay, it's 4 o'clock, so the line's about to move up. Thank you guys for staying with me. Again, if you like this video, give me a like. Also, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you are notified of new videos that I'm making. I don't have something in my car that tells me how warm it is, and it feels like 70-something degrees, so we're back to springtime temperatures here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and focus on picking up my child, and I will talk to you guys later.